I fucking hate my Audi R8. I'm only joking, I love this car. I've had the Audi R8 for about 2 years now, and here are the 5 things that I hate about this car. My 2014 Audi R8 V8 S-Tronic is my first ever supercar or sports car, whatever you want to call it. Supercar, sports car. And although this has been a lifelong dream of mine and I shouldn't really have anything to complain about, there's just a couple of things that I really do not like about this car. I am in no way being ungrateful, by the way. I am super grateful to owning this car. This is, as I mentioned, my dream car, and I have worked very hard to achieve that dream, and I'm pretty proud of that. So I've had a bit of time to really enjoy the car and at the same time compile a couple of things that I hate about the Audi R8. Some things that just gets me a little bit. Now, if you're thinking this isn't as outdated as any other cars, it's a 2014 car, you would be correct. Now, if you're thinking, isn't that expected of a 2014 car, then you would also be correct. But yes, this is one of the things that I hate about the car. Coming from a 2020 Mercedes A35 AMG that had the updated M-Box system, that was a dream, by the way. The M-Box system was perfect. So I just could not help, obviously, coming from that car to this car, I just couldn't help myself comparing. Just the nature of the beast. Me can't even connect my phone via Bluetooth. To be fair, props to this car. It has got some amazing speakers. I have to use these wires to connect to my phone to be able to utilize the speaker. Now, the second thing I hate about this car is you just cannot drive this anywhere. Well, for me anyway, I just can't take the car wherever I want. Unlike the A35. The car is such an eye candy, coming from me that is, a bit biased, and also an ear candy. So wherever I take the car, it does attract a lot of attention, whether it be good or bad, sadly. So whenever I leave the car parked up and I can't see it, I am always on the edge. I don't know if that's normal or not, I'm not too sure. I'm always thinking whether the car is fine, has it been stolen, or is there someone walking on the roof of the car? Bruh. It's always in the back of my mind and I just can't settle. Also, although this car isn't that low, I always have to plan my route, that there's no gigantic speed bumps, and that the place that we are going to has got a nice sized parking space. I guess you could say this is my Doug DeMuro's equivalent to his Porsche Carrera GT. We might not have the same value of car, I feel how he feels. The third is storage space. This is obviously not surprising, but yes, storage practicality on the Audi R8 is not great. I believe the Audi R8's boot size is about 100 litres, which isn't actually that bad compared to other sports cars. But coming from Suzuki Vitaras, Citroen Picasso, Hyundai i20 boot spaces, again, you obviously can't help but compare. You could only literally fit a couple of bags in there, sadly. We obviously have a space behind the seat, so right here. You could, I guess, put a couple of bags on there just to increase the storage capacity. We're gonna go back in the car. The fourth thing that I hate about this car is the steering wheel. Hence why I upgraded it. The original steering wheel definitely reflected its age. It was also finished in some sort of leather where if you get sweaty, it became a bit slippery. And I feel the overall look of it just looked very outdated. It was skinny, it wasn't girthy, the leather finish just looked a little bit old. But with the new steering wheel, it has drastically changed the look of the interior. It's definitely brought it up to today's time. It looks a lot more modern. It has a better feel on the hand, more grip. The fifth thing I hate about this car is the streaky windows and water going in the engine bay trims after washing or after it's had a bit of a rain. When this window liner gets wet, for some reason the material retains water. Because the door is frameless or the window is frameless, it drops up and down when you open the door and it leaves a long streak on the window, which doesn't look very good. In addition to that, the water goes sort of in here. This is where it drains, and down here. But for some reason, sometimes water gets all over here and on this side as well, and it leaves water marks or soap marks all over, which again, doesn't look very good. That is my 5. But I know a couple of owners have also got several complaints, like the doors are too wide, but when I park, I don't really park anywhere near anybody. Plus, I'm small, so having wide doors doesn't really bother me. Other R8 owners also say their air condition keeps failing, but mine has never failed. So again, that's not that much of a problem. And the UK is always cold anyway, so I barely use the air conditioned. Some R8 owners also don't like the key fob. This is the key fob, which actually doesn't look too bad. I've got a cover on there to obviously, one, to protect it, and secondly, to modernize the look a little bit. And I think that looks pretty nice. If you want the key fob, by the way, you can get it from Amazon or eBay, or Temu if you like. Others complain about the size of the cup holder, but I don't drink in the car. That's a big no-no, so that's not a problem for me. Some even complain about the fuel consumption, but that's expected. You've got a V8 or a V10. So again, that's also not a problem for me. Some has also complained about the magnetic ride or the suspension of the Audi R8. It is known to be the Achilles
mythological hero Achilles. I can't accept that. Okay.
Achilles heel of the Audi R8. Mine had actually recently went. I've got a video of that, by the way, if you wanted to watch that. I'll put a link on here somewhere. I just replaced it myself. It was pretty straightforward. Again, that's no biggie, not a big problem for me, easily fixed. Maybe in the future I might even swap it to a non-magnetic ride so we don't have to deal with that problem ever again. But I guess if you have your dream car, you're not really worried about the little things. I'm just happy to have the car there. I'm grateful to have the car there. To this day, I'm still pinching myself seeing the car, being able to drive the car, that I own an Audi R8. So yeah, I'm not too worried about the little things. I am grateful to have owned the Audi R8 for this length of time. It is that crazy to me. By the way, we are currently on 6,000 subscribers. I am aiming to reach 10k by the end of the year. So if you're watching this and you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to the channel. Thank you for watching. Please drop a like, drop a comment, hit that subscribe button, and I shall see you on the next one.